Hello, hello. This is Mark from Muddy River Clay. Today we are going to make some ornaments. It is that time of year, and let's create some fun face ornaments. These are stars. You could do lots of different shapes. I do want to give a shout out to the person who inspired this design, and I think it's Shalya Marsh. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but it's Shalya Marsh Studios, and she makes some really cool templates. This one is a star pattern, and what you do is you take a bit of clay and you press in the indentation and then you put the two pieces together. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be doing this in a quick video, and here's an example of one on their way. You can also get these hangers that you can put in there and they'll withstand the firing. So that being said, let's just jump right into it. So what I'm going to do is I've already got a slab rolled out, and I'm going to take the template and place it on the clay and cut it out. And you don't have to be too perfect here. We're just trying to get it in a workable size. And what you're going to do next is just press the clay into the grooves. And I really appreciated the simplicity of this design and also all the variations that you could do on it. I make faces, so I like to add face art to the pieces that I do. So that's what I'll end up doing here. But you just kind of press in and you can really play with the depth of this. And you could go really deep or not so much. And these are just the perfect size ornament. They got a little bit of weight to them because they're ceramic, but a lot of things I make are too heavy. And these tend to be just right. All right, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'll move this out of the way and move this up a little bit here so that you can see. So I'm doing this quickly. I could have spent a little more time and detail pushing that through. I think you get the gist there. So now I've got what appears to be a star. So I'm going to take a pen tool and just go ahead and cut out the outline. And again, I'm doing this quickly to keep your interest, but you could spend some more time with it. So then what you're going to do is you're going to place it together. I like to put a little piece of paper in between, and then that gives me a background to make the face on. So I'm going to remove the unwanted clay. And now, because I'm doing this fast, let me go ahead and just take a moment to clean these up just a bit here, get them back to that star. The good news is no one's going to see the inside there, so we're not too worried about what that looks like. But just a fun design. On the website, they had hearts, and there might even be other ones at this point. But you're just wanting to get the outside of a star, and then we'll put it together. So now this is where it starts to become a three-dimensional star. And this is where you can spend quite a bit of time making it look nice. To the slipping and scoring, nothing wrong with it. When something in clay is right out of the bag and it already has quite a bit of moisture in it, I don't like having the extra water because it tends to just take more time to work in. But this isn't going to hold water or be a vessel, so I'm pretty comfortable with the ones that I've made. All right, so now do you want your star to be flat? Do you want it to have some width? Do you want these to be arms? You can do so many things with this fun, simple design. All right, so we are getting there. I like to have something on the back. These are gonna be unglazed on the back, so like to have a little bit of something for people to look at. So just have a shape there and you can do anything that you want. So now I think that wants to be the top. And so now I'm just going to take some of these extra pieces of clay. I like to start with the nose because it kind of determines where the eyes and the mouth go. So I start with the base of the nose. It's all about the base. And then we'll go ahead and make some nostrils. We'll push those in there. Again, doing this quickly, just because I appreciate you watching this video today. I'm going to put a reinforcement there on the top and make sure this is all in here. And we need some nostrils. I'm not going all the way through, although one thing to keep in mind is we do have a piece of paper that's going to burn out. We do have air that could get trapped in there. So I am going to poke a couple of holes in the back just to make sure that it does have the place to escape. The reason I'm not placing them here is I don't want pieces of paper eventually falling out of the nostrils. It's not the holiday spirit I think people are looking for. Okay, so my nose could be a little bit better there. Rush, rush, rush. All right, so now I'm going to put the eyes here. I'm going to make them closed for a quick demonstration here. And again, feel free to slip and score if that is something that moves you. I'm going to add just a touch of water here just to kind of help me shape this up. And then with the eyes, just to give them a little bit of extra flair, You could make some lashes here just by using your pen tool. Last thing for the design would be the mouth. So got my upper lip, and then I'm gonna go ahead and define that just a little bit here. And I like to use this tool to give a little smile and plump up the lips there. We'll do a divot. Not sure what the name of that is at the moment. I've known at some point in my life, but it's gone. All right, and then let's go ahead and put the bottom lip on, and then we'll smooth that out. All right, we are cooking with gas here, just about done. Now, what I would ask yourself when you're doing a piece like this is, do you want to give it a little bit of character? Do I want to add any other elements? And I certainly could. But the last thing that I'm going to do is add hanger. So you can get these up a lot of places. I know people are sensitive where they shop these days. I did purchase these from Amazon a long time ago. But you take that piece and you pop it in there and then just run the clay around it to make sure it's got a good hold. And then that will be your hanger. Give it a final touch, go around it one more time. And this, after 2 firings, will end up looking like this. And that's it for our quick ornament demo. This has been Mark. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll check out some other videos. Have a fantastic day.